I'm going to attempt to take my time just a little bit here while this video plays in the background because yesterday was one of those days that I know I'll never forget. I've stopped and started dictating this video more times than I can count because every time I think I know what I want to say, I find myself searching for the right words all over again. I think that's because what I experienced yesterday wasn't exactly what I expected. I didn't go to Mount Pleasant looking to prove anyone right or anyone wrong, and I didn't go there to justify an opinion that I already had. I tried to go there with fresh eyes because I wanted to experience it for myself before drawing too many conclusions. And before that, I didn't intentionally spend weeks searching every statistic. I wanted my first impression to be my first impression, my very own. But honestly, nothing prepared me for what I saw. So before I go any further, I'm going to ask for a little grace because I'm still processing everything I experienced yesterday. I'm still learning, and I'm sure there are facts I don't know yet. So my goal isn't to pretend that I'm an expert. It's to simply share what I saw, what I felt, and why I think the experience itself was important. As I drove through the area, I kept waiting for something to click. Instead, every turn seemed to reveal something even bigger than the last. It wasn't just a building, it was the sheer scale of it all. The land, the infrastructure, the roads, the substations, the transmission lines. Everywhere I looked, there was another reminder that this wasn't simply a construction project. It was an entirely different landscape. I've seen a few pictures and a couple of videos, but I can honestly tell you that none of them come close to what it's like to actually be there in person. Pictures don't capture the distance, and videos can't capture the scale. And they certainly don't capture the feeling you get when you realize just how much has changed. As the day went on, I found myself thinking less about Mount Pleasant and more about home. I could picture our roads and our farmland and our neighborhoods and the places where we've raised our families and built our lives. I think that's a natural reaction, right? When you experience something this significant somewhere else, it's really hard not to wonder what it would look like in your own community, in your own backyard. Those thoughts weren't political, they were personal. Throughout the day, I wasn't trying to decide how I felt about every aspect of what I was seeing. I was just taking it all in, asking questions and trying my hardest to understand it. And if I'm being honest, I'm still trying really hard to understand it. Yesterday reminded me that there's a huge difference between reading about something online and experiencing it firsthand for yourself. No article can replace standing there. No photo can truly show the scale. No social media post can recreate what it's like to drive around something of this size and see it with your own eyes. And yesterday didn't give me all the answers. It honestly gave me a lot more questions. I think that's okay. Because over the coming weeks, I'm going to continue learning like I always do. I'm going to spend time understanding more about these projects, the infrastructure, the environmental impacts, the benefits, the challenges, and the long-term implications. And as I learn, as always, I'm going to continue to share that journey with you. Not because I'm trying to tell you what to think, and not because I expect everyone to reach the same conclusion, but because I think we all make better decisions when we take time to understand what's in front of us. Yesterday didn't change who I am. It reminded me why it's so important to keep an open mind, to see things firsthand whenever possible, and to never stop asking questions. So if you're willing, I'd love for you to learn alongside me. feel free to share facts. We'll look at those facts together. We'll hear different perspectives and keep asking thoughtful questions along the way. And at the end of the day, you may reach a completely different conclusion than I do, and that's okay. My hope is that we all leave this conversation knowing more than we did before. Because understanding doesn't begin when someone tells you what to believe. It begins the moment you're willing to go see it for yourself.
One day my grandkids might ask me, were you there when it all began? I'll tell them I stood beside my neighbors. I did the best I knew I can. 'Cause some things are worth defending, even when it's hard to do. You don't fight because you hate what's coming. You fight because you love what's true. They don't know this place like we do. They've never watched the sunrise break across these fields of